So, I'll tell a simple story from my childhood, but sometimes the simple stories are the best stories. So, when I was a child, I was painfully shy child, and I was a latchkey kid, so when I would come home from school every day, there wouldn't be anybody there, and I didn't have a lot of friends because I was shy and it was difficult to meet people. So I would come home, but I would still be enthusiastic because I had a great imagination, at least I think I did, and I loved nature. So I would come home from school, I would rush home from school, and I would throw my backpack in the big empty house, and I would rush across the street, pass through my neighbor's house, or yard, and I would go back into the forest. And this forest was my sanctuary, my wilderness, and I would explore the wilderness, and I would map the wilderness. I had some friends, I mean I wasn't that bad. I had a friend named Claudio, and after one storm like Huckleberry Finn, we would read Huckleberry Finn, then we would try to build a raft, and we'd go down this river, and we'd have these adventures, and you know it was a good time, even though I didn't have a lot of a lot of friends. But when you're shy, or when you have any thing that stands out in your child, most people know that other children can be cruel and they can pick on you. So there was a band of children, of boys at the school that would pick on me, and their leader was named Greg. And my mom said to me, she said, you know how you deal with this? You don't confront them, you call them up and you say, come on over, and they'll see how great you are. So I was shy, but I got up the courage and I called the number and I said, Greg, why don't you come on over this weekend and we'll have a great time. And to my surprise, he came over. And I took him, of course, to my wilderness, and we went into the forest. And I showed him the raft, and I showed him the river, and I showed him the foxholes, and I showed him everything. And we went fishing. We had a great time, and I had a great time, and he had a great time. And I thought, this is it. My mom was right. You know, this is the Hollywood ending. But it's funny, because life doesn't work out like that a lot of times. And I went to bed really happy, and I woke up the next day, and I went to school really excited. And I went up to Greg and said, oh, is he so excited? And when I went up to him, I saw he was talking to some other kids. And what he was talking about was how ridiculous this adventure was that I took him on. And they were laughing about it, and they told me how this was so stupid. And they were saying, like, this is like, you're like Huckleberry Finn. You like these, you think you're like, that there was, that you do these childish things, you should grow up. And it's funny because, there's moments you can mark in your life when you might lose some of your innocence. And now, after that, when I went back, I no longer saw my wilderness, I no longer saw the forest, I only saw the trees.